Today we're gonna make some pizza. So we're gonna get some nice hot water right there. Not too much, maybe about that much. Looks good, right? I think that'd be enough water. Now I gotta add some honey in there, and that right there about do it. That's enough honey. Swirl this around till we can mix up all the honey in the water here. Make sure it looks all beautiful by the time you're done. You can't see clumps of honey down there in the bottom. See there, honey's all mixed in there, a nice golden color. Hot water. Yeah, I said hot, it's hot water. Now we're gonna add some nice little bit of spice or seasoning to go in here. This here stuff's called rosemary. Gonna put in, I don't know, maybe a quarter teaspoon, half a teaspoon of garlic powder in here. Now we're gonna put 3 cups of flour in here. In case y'all ain't figured this out by now, this is just dough. Really nice, fairly level cups of flour. That's two cups of flour. One more. That's a 1/3 cup of flour. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in a packet of yeast. Only we don't have packets, we got this. So we're gonna put some of this in there. 1 packet of yeast, which would be about that much yeast. We'll call that good. Now we bring the concoction over here to the mixer. We're gonna put the dough hook on here. We're gonna close this up. Turn it on a low setting so we don't make a big old cloud of poofy dust. Now we're gonna add about a dime-sized pinch of salt into the mix here. The dough's a little bit sticky looking. We'll turn the mixer up, get the speed going. Make sure we get all this mixed in here. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and that right there will do it. We'll keep this stuff mixing up. Now we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of water in here to add a little bit of moisture. A little bit dry. Now we're gonna let this mixer run for a little while until we incorporate all that stuff into this dough ball. This is what it looks like when it's just about all incorporated in there. Then we're gonna let it run and mix it up for a little while until we get back rooting to forming. You know the dough is forming gluten or gluten, however you want to say it, and it starts to become silky smooth looking. Nice, beautiful smooth. It'll have an elastic feel to it. None of it will stick to your hands. Stretch pretty easily. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil into this mixing bowl. Roll the dough into a nice ball like this. Smear your olive oil all over in this mixing bowl in here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna roll this dough ball around the inside there so it doesn't dry out. While it's sitting there, we're gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes so it can rest and rise a little bit. Now it's been about 10 minutes. The dough has risen. Still got a nice coat of oil over it, so it won't be dry anywhere, but it is pretty soft and able to bounce back wherever you poke it. Good dough. Now it's time to roll it out. We're gonna roll the dough out on a lightly floured surface. You see we got flour on here. I'm just gonna chunk the bowl or ball of dough down here and flatten it out. Now we're gonna take this dough, flatten it out a little bit by hand at first. If we can get it all going by hand, that'll be excellent. Get any little holes in the middle like this, we just pinch them together. Now it'll be time to flip it over. Make sure you get your flour all back in there again. Pinch any holes together. Now we'll use a rolling pin. Roll this out for a little more uniformity. Now we're gonna make sure the dough is good fit for the pan. I'm going to take some cornmeal, spread it out on this pan. We're not going to use oil on the pan. The cornmeal is going to stop the dough from sticking to this pan. Once we got this, we're going to pick up this dough, just set it on the pan. And we're gonna bake this for a couple of minutes before we put anything on it, just so we can stop it from rising so much during the baking process, and also get a little crisper crust, because the pan we're using don't allow for a crisp crust. I'll cut off a little bit of the extra dough around the edge of the pan here, just to make it look pretty. If you're doing stuffed crust or something, use that extra dough, put some cheese in it and roll it over it. But for now, we're just going to cut this off. You can always use this little extra dough for breadsticks or whatever you want. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that sweet? Had the oven preheated to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Put this in there for 2 minutes. Now it's got a slight little crust over it. We're going to add some pizza sauce on here. We'll spread it out. Now it's up to you how much sauce you want to put on there. If you like extra sauce, put more. If you like less sauce, put less. Just be sure you get it all around there as even as possible. If you like a crust on the edge, don't put the sauce all the way to the edge. If you like less crust on the edge, put the sauce closer to the edge. Now we're going to add mozzarella cheese on it. Of course, you know, if you like extra cheese, put more on there. If you like less cheese, put less. Mozzarella, get it on there and spread it out evenly. This is what it looks like with the cheese all spread out. Now you can choose your toppings. We're going to put some pepperoni and some crushed pineapple and some black olives. Here we are adding some pepperoni onto the pizza. Oh, also we're going to put some Canadian bacon on here. There you go, there's the pepperoni. There's the pineapple. Here's some Canadian bacon. Looking great so far. All right, only half of this pizza's got some black olives on it, but now we're going to stick it in the oven for about 9 minutes. Actually, I'm going to do 12 minutes to make it a little bit darker crust, but 9 minutes is all you need at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Pizza is done after 12 minutes. Look at that. Doesn't that just look so beautiful, mouth-watering? Even side without the black olives. And yes, that's pineapple for all you pineapple haters. Delicious. Now to get the pizza off of here, since you used cornmeal on the pan, pizza slides off nice and easy. Look at that. All you need to do now, use your pizza cutter or your knife, whatever. Cut it to as many slices as you like. Now it is all cut. Ready to go.